everyone, it's Gina again from the Children's Museum of Green Bay. I'm here with your daily dose of virtual programming, and today we have a really fun experiment, and it's called Treasure Chest Fizzers. That sounds interesting, doesn't it? Well, we're going to show you just how to make it and how to interact with it. So what you're going to need to make this is some baking soda. All right, you're going to need some water. Got a little pitcher of water here, and then we're going to need some regular vinegar. I'm using white distilled vinegar right here. Okay, those are the things we're going to need to make our mixture for our Treasure Chest Fizzers. Before you do any of this, always make sure that you have permission from your parents to do so. Okay, all right, so we're going to start with our baking soda. I'm going to take a bunch of spoonfuls, whatever you kind of feel you want to do. I'm going to do maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spoonfuls to start with. And then I'm going to add some water to that. I'm not going to measure it. I'm just going to put a little bit, pour a little in there, just enough to make it a little bit wet. And then I'm going to stir that up together. We want this to turn into sort of a paste. Okay, we don't want it to be a liquid. So if you can kind of see, it's getting a little bit pasty right there. If you felt like it's too liquidy, you can always add a little bit more baking soda to it. Okay, that seems perfect to me. All right, after that, you're going to find a bunch of things to put inside of your treasure chest. You get to look around your house, and I found some of these things. Some coins, you can find some pennies or dimes, some glitter. I found some beads and sequins, some googly eyes. I had some of these little gems. Whatever you have around your house that's real small, okay? Now, I'm gonna start off by taking a pinch of this glitter and putting it inside my mixture and mixing that up. If you had some food coloring at home, you could also add this at that time and make it colorful too. Okay, now you need to get an ice cube tray, and you're gonna spoon some of this mixture and put it right into the tray, like so. Okay, now we get to put our treasures in it. Now the fun part about this sometimes is to make it for someone else so they don't know what the treasures are that are inside. So maybe you and your brothers or sisters can make them for your parents, or your parents can make them for you, whatever you want, so that it's a surprise to you when you go to figure out what's inside. Okay, so I'm gonna take my dime and push it in there, maybe a wiggly eye, put a little bead in there, and some jewels and sequins. All right, put all those fun things in it. You want to push it down so you can't see it. Sometimes they float up, but you don't want them right on top. Then you're going to put it into the freezer. Now, I suggest that you do this one day, put it in the freezer, and then do the experiment part the next day so that it has enough time to really get solid in the freezer. Okay, once it is all frozen, you're gonna take it out of the freezer. Now I have these two, and as you can see on this batch, I used some food coloring, so they're orange. Now to find out what's inside of it, I'm not just gonna crack it open. I'm gonna use some science to open up the treasure chests. So this is when you need your vinegar. So I'm gonna grab my vinegar. Now you could do this a number of different ways. You can either put the vinegar in a cup and use an eyedropper or any type of dropper you would have. You can put it into a little squeezy bottle like that, or if you don't have either of those things, you could just use a spoon as well. Okay, then you're going to take it and you're going to, if I use the dropper, I'm gonna squeeze the little balloon on top to fill it up with vinegar, and I'm going to squeeze it right on top of my treasure chest. Can you see what is happening to my treasure chest when I put the vinegar on it? Now, it's happening right down there. It's fizzing. Now, the treasure chests were made with baking soda, and that is a base. The vinegar is an acid. When bases and acids combine, you see this chemical reaction happening. And besides the fizzing, do you notice how the top of this is almost sort of melting away And I am already seeing one of my treasures right here. Look at, ooh, I got a little gem in there. Now let's say I wanted to use my spoon instead. I could spoon a little bit on there. Ooh. Now that works too. It's fun to do it gradually instead of just, we don't want to pour the whole cup just over it. That's not as fun. So it's the element of surprise is the fun of it. Or you could use your little squeezy bottle. I'm not even really squeezing it, just pouring it, just putting it upside down, because again, we don't want too much to come out at one time. All right, as I do that, I keep finding more and more treasures. And that is what the fun of it is. So, you know, get imaginative, get creative, get a bunch of things to put inside of it. Now, I'm not sure if you know this, but at the Children's Museum of Green Bay, we are a nonprofit, and so our programming is funded by you when you come to visit us. So we're going to put a link on our video today. If you enjoyed what you saw, feel free to visit our link and make a donation to help us do more programming now and in the future. Have some fun with these fizzy treasure chests, and if you make one and you have your treasures, feel free to post what they are inside the comments or post a picture. We'd love to see them. Have so much fun, and we hope to see you next time for our daily dose of virtual programming. Bye!